My name is Joel Embiid. I think that I have to be the best player in the league. It's a little bit disrespectful. I've been playing in this league for such a long time. I think me and this team can do. We still chasing the championship ring. We can do. I don't think that I'm at times the best player offensively and defensively. We just have to go and continue to play. That's what I love to do for the city of Philadelphia. I want to bring them a championship so that I can win and be MVP of the league. I don't like the disrespect. They keep telling me Jokic is a great player. I'm a fan of him, but I don't think he's better than me. I think that it's a little bit unfair, the disrespect. You think you can beat me? But I just want to be a better player, better teammate, so that I can compete. People don't believe that I'm the greatest player ever. It's okay. You can see from tonight's win. If you think that this guy is better than me, you are wrong.
Here's Embiid, shot clock down to 5, wants to take Jokic. Step back 3, hit it! 47 for Joel!
That's it. I am Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers. Let's go and compete.
Welcome back to Room 104. Room 104. I'm your host, Shanti. Don't forget the Manti, as always. First things first, I want to get this off my chest. Parents need to have a better control over their kids. I walked into Target. Right off the bat, I just hear zoo animals walking around. Like, there are kids. I don't know what it is. Listen. I get secondhand embarrassment. I come from a Middle Eastern background. I am Armenian. There is, in traditional Armenian values, secondhand embarrassment is such a thing. Shame is a pivotal learning point. It's almost like the basis for why we are scared to do certain things or show some aspects of our personality, and we have walls that we build up so that for outsiders or like for new people that are coming in. Let me explain to you like this. I was walking in Target, and I was not with this jersey on. I wish I was, but I was walking in Target, and there was this section where the toys are, and I walked straight into that section. And when I tell you I walked in there and I just hear gumpa gumpa gumpa, just gumpa 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 gumpa. There are two kids who are bouncing a ball in the aisle. And they're just like, their parents are just standing there. And all of a sudden, I just hear, "Good goal, Billy!" I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I turn around. There's two white kids. And they're kicking a basketball past their dad. Which is a nice thing to see, because it's like, the parents and their kids like having fun and like having quality time is very, very nice to see. But bro, there's a time and a place. I won't go into a restaurant and bring my own food. Like, there are certain things that I'm not going to do. There's something called shame. And I don't know what it is, but it's always white kids. It's always white kids. It's always white parents. It's like a zoo, bro. There's like 7 kids running around. But mommy, it's my turn to push the cart. If I asked her if I can push the cart, and God forbid I drove the cart into her back heel, Ansater. Right then and there, I had to pray. Right then and there, I was going to pray. I don't understand. Maybe it's my childhood. I see this the younger generation of parenting is just so not pampered, but they're too aware. It's like you need to have a discipline. You can't, bro. This kid. Okay, let me go back. Maybe if I explain the story a little bit further, then you can understand. Then I could probably like paint a better picture. So I'm running around. So I'm like walking around because I'm looking for an item that I want to buy in the sports section. So I'm going for the sports section area, and as I'm there, I just see two kids run across the aisle like they're the insidious children, like they're the insidious ghosts. They're just walking around. They look like the Conjuring kids, like, and they're just fucking walking away. Like, it was creepy. Like, it almost, and their parents were just like, remember what we discussed? I was like, what? You had discussions with your kid? You had a let me get this straight. Let me get this fucking straight. You had a discussion with your child. You had a sophisticated transaction, social transaction involving a 47-year-old woman and a 2-year-old child. How the hell does that work? How is that? What kind of parenting is that? Like, who in their... every single white parent or every single woke parent, I'm not even going to say white parent, because there are some parents who they want to be like woke. And I'm not saying beat the shit out of your kid, but I'm just saying instill a fear. They don't have to be afraid of you. They just need to understand that disciplinary action, if they act out, there is a negative consequence. My mom was the disciplinarian. My dad never had to say anything because I always understood. He just gave me a look, I'm good to go. My dad said no, I'm cool. He was always the chill parent, but I never disrespected him when I was younger, ever. My mom was 100% the disciplinarian. Let me tell you this story. This is proof of what type of a mother she was. So we were going to, one day she just decides, let's go to Disneyland, right? Disneyland is a whole day thing. Like, Disneyland, you're supposed to be there like noon or morning or some shit like that. You can't. This woman made us go at 3 p.m. to Disneyland. Bumper to bumper traffic. And at the time, this was, I think, 2012, 2013. That's almost, it's 10 years ago. 10 years ago, not every car had navigation systems. Not every car had navigation systems. Especially my mom's Chevy Uplander, which is a van. My mom had me find the directions to Disneyland. And for those old heads that know how to get directions, there was a little thing called MapQuest. And my mom made me open the directions on my computer and write down the directions. Like it was a PS2 cheat code for GTA San Andreas. Like, I was writing, okay, down 2 miles right, down 2 miles up, go after you've taken this freeway to the off ramp, hit circle. And then, like, I just kept like writing this stuff down on like a small like notepad that I had that my like grandparents or like my aunt would give me for Christmas. I don't know. I had weird gifts from my family. So they gave me like a spiral notepad that was like horizontal on the top. The spirals were on top. And I would just use it like I was a detective. And I just write the directions down. I used to live in Winnetka, California, which is like literally smack dab in the middle of the valley. There were a lot of directions that I had to write. From each like turn, and then each time on the navigation it says like, okay, continue like 10 miles this way or 12 miles this way. I had to write those down. So I wrote like 3 pages. I was like, you know what, fuck it. I went on MapQuest and I just clicked print. It printed out 22 pages of direction. I had a pamphlet. I had a full-blown workbook of just address directions. And we go downstairs and we're going to go into our car and we're driving. Keep in mind, it's like 2. We get all the way to like the 5 freeway. And I didn't. And I was sitting in the front passenger seat. When I told her to make that right, to leave, to exit off of the 5. And she asked me, and I remember this, I might start sweating because I remember the fear that I had, but she said, what do I do now? In Armenian, like, hima vorder tam. That means, where should I go? And then I look down at the pamphlet that I have made, or the album, the Bible that I have made, and I see that I had skipped. I told her to exit early. So the real exit was 2 exits away. So I made her exit 2 exits early. That exit that we got off on, you have to make a fat U-turn. You can't get back onto to that same freeway going in that direction. You have to go back to another entrance to that freeway and then exit again. So like and then turn back around and go back into that freeway. My mom flipped her shit, cussed me out, started saying you're an orphan, and just went off on me. Like, she just went off. That was her number one threat. Yetim manas. That means stay an orphan. I am panicking because I can sense a slap coming. Like, I can sense a hit coming. It was like Spidey sense. As soon as I read the wrong direction, sweat beat. I was 14 years old. I had swamp ass. Like, legit, just every pore, every orifice on my body was dripping in sweat. I was terrified. We went back home. That is the fear that woke parents should instill in their child. I'm not saying this is a really bad thing for me to say, because I've worked with kids before and I don't condone abuse at all. At all. But they need to be very, very aware of the negative. They should be aware of the consequences of their choices. And if you act out, if there's a problem behavior that they display, you as a parent have to correctly decide what disciplinary action, what type of a learning procedure you want to use that's going to get that kid to learn, this is not good. I'm going to get my ass beat, or I'm going to get my privileges taken away. Something like that. Now, these 2 kids at Target did not have that. I'm going to just be honest with you. They didn't have that. They're running around, bouncing balls around. They think they're fucking Trae Young and Luka Doncic, chucking basketball threes, hitting Hot Wheel cars. And I swear to you, this family was following me. Because I went to another aisle, and like a ghost, and like just like paranormal activity. I was in the aisle. Hello? Hey! Someone say something! And just the 2 tornadoes, Tasmanian devils, came out. Connor, what did I say? Dylan, what did I say? We had this discussion before. You're not supposed to act out. When we get home, you're on non-exclusionary timeout. It's like, what? I don't know what it is, but there's this. I'm going to rant a little bit. Don't you hate whenever you're falling asleep at 2 a.m. or like 3 a.m. when you're asleep like really, really late? Something either disgusting pops up on your feed or something terrifying pops up on your feed. Like, I saw this the other day. Like, I swear to you, every night at 1 a.m. or like 2:30, I'll either get like the sad boy TikToks of like people who are heartbroken. Like, the TikTok algorithm is garbage. You'll get like this really big buff dude that's telling you to get up at 3 a.m. and just bench press 480. Like, I don't understand what the fuck these content creators are doing. I don't know what they're doing. Like, I just finished my day. And you're yelling at me, get up, go to the gym, you're a pussy. Ugh. I was like, bro, relax. I just went to the gym. I'm on recovery mode. I abuse my body at the gym. Like, I'm trying to relax now, and you're telling me to get up because I'm fat and I'm ugly and I'm lazy and I get no bitches? There'll be like an occasional massive spider that'll pop up on my feet, and there is no warning, no disclaimer. Let me just tell you this right now real quick. I cannot stand spiders. I will move if I see a spider that is bigger than my finger. If a spider is half the size of my finger, girth-wise, I'm moving. I will leave everything behind. I will personally burn my house down. And I will look at the police officer, the arson investigator for whether it's the LAPD or the fire department. They'll come in and they'll be like, why did you... I'll go to court. I'll go to court and I'll have a discussion. And when the judge asks me, why'd you do what you do? I say, there's a spider half the legit size of my thumb. The judge will look at me and tell me you're free to go. I promise you, no human being is going to look at a spider that's bigger than your thumb and go, you know what? Maybe we should leave it alone in its natural habitat. How adorable. That motherfucker is going to be looking at you like this. Just plotting for your... Just plotting. When a spider does this shit... That's not a relaxing position. That's not it being, oh, I am docile. You can pet me. No, that thing is preparing to jump at your face. When someone, I don't know if it was the internet, I don't know what it was, but when someone said that when you sleep with your mouth open, you are swallowing, what's the fucking average? Like 1.5 spiders per day or per night? I was like, that's impossible. I would wake up immediately. There's no fucking way. If I feel a tingly sensation on my tongue, pause, I am going to legit pass away. With permission. Just pass away. Just like that. Why are these spiders half the size of this fucking table? Always on like a wall? Or there was one spider video, I shit bricks looking at it. It was next to a clock. And the clock was a full-blown like TJ Maxx massive clock where you can hear the donk, donk, donk every 2 minutes. Every minute you hear that fat hand just going donk, donk. That spider was bigger than the clock. I immediately reported the video. There's no chance. There's no chance. And for all those like animal sympathizers out there that go, oh, spiders take care of the roaches and the flies and all. They're like your natural born killers. They kill every single insect in your house. They're pest control. Who's protecting me from the spider? Who's protecting me from this spider? I need to know. That I need to know. Who is protecting me from this Satan spawn? That's why I will never go to Australia. Are you fucking kidding me? Coconut crabs and what's that fucking spider? Coconut spiders? No way. Let me Google this shit. Coconut spider. Why does it say soup? Let me see. Largest spider. 11 inches? Oh, shit. Oh, my God. The largest spider in the world by leg span is the giant huntsman spider at 12 inches. The Goliath spider has fangs up to 1.5 inches long. It is a bird eater. Does it bite humans? It will not kill a person. Well, that's nice. That's very nice. Who told you that? Was it the spider? No, bro. That shit, nah. I don't even want to put a picture up because I will punch the shit. Like, I can't look at a picture of a spider. It's not arachnophobia. Yes, it is. If I see a spider on my living room wall, I do not know what I would do. I wouldn't know what to do. I would not know. I don't think a shotgun would help. I don't think a shovel would help. I don't think anything would help. Maybe a bazooka. Maybe an RPG. Maybe two of them. On a happier note, I think it's time that we talk about what has happened here today and why I'm wearing this Joel Embiid jersey. So the NBA, right, has this fucking nasty tendency to create narratives for entertainment. And, you know, right now they're comparing players who are like the Shaqs and the Kobes and who's the best player in the league, who's the best center in the league. The center is the biggest guy on the court who gets the easiest buckets. And there hasn't been any like big athletic guy that just goes to the basket each time. Up until recently, you got three big men in the league. You got Giannis, you got Joel Embiid, and you have Nikola Jokic. These three are your top three big men in the league. Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic, fans and NBA executives and everybody around the league have been trying to push this narrative that Jokic is better than Embiid. They're pretty much the most dominant big men in the league right now. Neither one of them have won a championship. Nikola Jokic has won 2 back-to-back MVPs. They're saying he's going to win his 3rd MVP. And everyone that I know hates the Sixers. Joel Embiid dropped 48 and 17 on Nikola Jokic's dome. Nikola Jokic had, I'll tell you exactly what his stats were so that people don't misconstrue how big of a fucking deal this is. The Sixers won 119 to 126. Nikola Jokic had 24 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists. Joel Embiid had 47, 18, and 3 steals. 3 steals. Let's see how many blocks he had, because that's the number one argument they have over Jokic when it's Jokic over Embiid. Every guy who likes Jokic is like, Jokic can score and give you triple-double any night, any day. Yes, true, 100%. Jokic was actually 8 from 12 from the field, 100% from 3, 100% from the free throw line. Okay, cool. Very, very impressive. He only shot 2 threes. So he's 100% from 3. He only shot and made 2 threes. And he made 6 free throws out of 6. He had 24 points on the night. Let's talk about Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid had 47 points. 7 from 10 from the free throw line. 4 from 7 from 3. 18 from 31 from the field. You tell me. And he had how many blocks? Where are blocks? He had 2 blocks in the game and 3 steals. You're telling me Jokic is a better defender? You can't guard Joel, huh? I don't want to hear shit about this debate anymore. Oh, also, Joel Embiid is 5-2 against Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. 5-2! 5-2! In their entire career, Denver and with Nikola Jokic on the court and Sixers with Joel Embiid on the court, out of the 7 matchups in both of their careers, Denver has only won 2. 2! Process these nuts all over the Nuggets. All over. Dunked on him. Dunked on his. And he did a step back 3 today that was like, and he did the Jordan shrug. I was like, what the fuck? This man is, you can't. That's why I'm repping his shirt. I think Denver as a whole has a better depth than the Sixers do. They got better shooters. So I don't want to hear that argument, oh, the Sixers are overrated. Yeah, no one likes us. We know that. No one likes the Sixers. Nobody likes us. Whenever I say I'm a Sixers fan, I get people coming up to me going, ew. Why'd you pick that team? It's like, because I'm not going to ride or die with the Lakers, who have the worst fan base in the league. I'm not going to ride or die with the Boston Celtics, whose entire fan base is willing to throw stones at the nearest player that misses a 3-point shot. I don't want to be a Warriors fan, because every 6-year-old is wearing a Steph Curry jersey saying, oh, we're going to win the championship. Go write your book report, Steven. Go write your book report. You need a permission slip to go to the bathroom. You don't know anything about basketball. Okay? Any other team besides, you could be a Nuggets fan. I'm cool with that. You can be a Bucks fan. Even a Bucks fan, I'm cool with. But I can't. If you're a Lakers fan, if you're a Clippers fan, actually Clippers fans I feel sad for right now. If you're a Lakers fan, I have beef with Boston Celtics fans. And I have beef with anyone who just... Toronto Raptors. For obvious reasons. If you don't know, if you have time, go ahead and Google the history between the Sixers and the Toronto Raptors. And then come back and talk to me. Okay. So I think I've done enough talking about, what's been like pissing me off for the past week. Now let's talk about, I think I want to do a segment called No Way News, where I find the most ridiculous news articles and I talk about them. California man avoids jail after stabbing nursery's pet tortoise in a drunken attack. How pissed do you have to be to attempt murder on a tortoise? A tortoise? Bro, the tortoise was 70-year-old African sulcata named Michelangelo, was found bleeding after being stabbed with 6-inch shards from a wooden garden gate post. A rake handle had been shoved between the animal's head and leg, and shattered glass put on its back. This tortoise was fully older than me and my father combined. It has a senior citizenship status and maybe qualifies for a handicap card right now as we currently speak. Whoever this Californian man was fully committed a hate crime towards Michelangelo, one of the missing Ninja Turtles. Look how happy this tortoise looks. Is that a screw? George Robles was sentenced Friday after he pleaded no contest to charges of animal abuse, commercial burglary, and vandalism. Bro, you took a fucking garden rake and shoved it up Michelangelo's ass. What did you think was going to happen? You were going to plead innocent on this case? The tortoise needed surgery following the attack, was said to be doing great by the vet. Yeah, look at this picture, bro. Michelangelo has a full-blown satellite dish coming out of his back, and he's air swimming. This one I have to do. This is my last one. Because I can go into a whole ass segment on how much I hate people on airplanes. Search for 14 people who ran from plane after emergency landing forced by a woman faking she was about to give birth. The Pegasus Airlines flight from Morocco to Turkey landed at Barcelona's El Prat airport after a woman claimed she was going into labor. A woman who doctors later found out was pregnant was not about to give birth and was arrested on suspicion of public disorder offenses. Yo, imagine you're on a full-blown plane flight. You're going to China from LA. It is long hours and someone is like, "Oh my God, I think my water broke. I'm gonna the baby. He's gonna come out." And the pilot has to go like, "All right, this is your captain speaking. We're gonna go ahead and make an emergency landing because one of you fat ass bitches just wanted to poop out a child. Here, we're gonna go ahead and land right now." You're about to land, and all you hear is, "Put it been there this whole time." But I'm immediately going to the emergency exit. I'm pulling it and I'm throwing this woman out the plane. I could not care less. Yani, imagine Spirit Airlines just, "This is your captain speaking. We're going to have to make an emergency landing because someone on board is currently going to have a child. We're going to go ahead and..." You're hitting turbulence. You're hitting turbulence the whole way down. "I'm pregnant." "Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking." And you run. So you start running? That's the first thing you do? You ran when you got caught? You're a moron. You're an absolute... Out of the 24 who disembarked, 12 of them were arrested while the other 12 escaped. Yeah, I think I'm going to continue doing this segment more. It's called No Way News. So at the end of it, because I have no guests, what I'm going to end up doing is if there is a guest that comes through, I'm going to go ahead and quiz them and ask them do you think that this is a real story that happened, or do you think this is a fake story that happened? If you want us to suggest anything that we can incorporate or I can incorporate into the show, let me know. You can DM either me at Shanti Manti on Instagram, or you can DM the account, the podcast account at Room 104 podcast on Instagram, and then you can just have us send us suggestions whenever you guys want. This has been Shanti Manti, host of the Room 104, and we are out. Yalla, bye!